Alright, so here we are with well, I'm here since I wasn't here for the presentation. I'm doing it online. We have Soapman Trollgoyle, which is the name of our game, by me, Daniel, and Carter. Here's the base box art, I guess you could call it. You got Soapman at the top, you got Darkseid. Fun fact, that is a kind of a lore accurate version of how his laser eyes would go. They do like to spin around everywhere. And then you have the buildings on there. And now if we move on, we have our concepts for the game. Now, this is where I'm going to talk about some of the challenges we faced. So, as you can see in the top right, we kind of have our buildings, our background, which is like the black and white. We made that in, I think, paint as well. As same thing with the cover art. And then, we actually found out one of us did have Photoshop later on for the enemies and that. So as you can see with the building, these buildings will come at you, which as you can see in these, picture that they are in different locations for each picture. And then there's Darkseid, which is the boss, and we have Soapman shooting at Darkseid. And then the bottom right one, we have Soapman flying, shooting another beam towards Lex Luthor. And Lex Luthor isn't the boss, Darkseid is, but he's kind of like the second variant enemy that was on the original project. And then the bottom left, you have the very left side above Soapman, you have, the base enemies, the little mini ones as well. And then on the right, you can see there's like a little sun. That is part of the power-up. That's the power-up he can grab, which will spread his lasers into the 4 beams. And now I'm going to talk about some of the problems that we had. So, starting out with the very first problem was, when I was trying to code the, what do you call them? Why can't I think? The power-up, where it shoots into 4 different beams. I had it somewhat right, but the way it originally started was the guns, he calls them, in the original game were into an array. So we had to figure out a way to put everything into that array, so that way when you did grab the orb, it would set everything active, and then after the delayed time that I had, which I think was 7 seconds, it would deactivate the force shooter. And then another for no reason. And then the continuations of each person I contributed to where I coded the game alongside Daniel when Daniel had to do the coding at home. I kind of walked him through all the processes. And then I also helped Carter relearn Photoshop a bit because he kind of forgot, so I kind of showed him how to make it like a image into transparent by cropping it. And then Daniel, he coded at home when I couldn't, and then he designed the entire UI himself with the help of us. He came up with the theme of Soapman and all the enemies, like the DC world and Metropolis. And then we all came up with the original game. Carter, he got all the images and the sources and put them into the documentation, as well as getting some of the images. Sorry, my throat's still a bit sore from being sick. I'm still a little bit sick, but he came up with like 90% of the game mechanics, if not all of them. And then came up with the name and the cover art. As you can see, this is our UI, kind of basic, but it's alright, it gets the job done. You get the name, Soapman, the Trollgoyle. You get the help, where it says you can use WASD to move, player around, the boss, and the next level. And then credits, we again have what each person did here, the ideas. And then, as you see, you can lead right back to both, and you have start, quit button. We're going to press start. As you can see, we move normally here, but we're going to press shift, we got to go forward. If you get hit, you kind of like blink like this a bit. Same thing at the building, if I hit the building, I get hit, as you can see, kind of goes blank. If I grab this, I can shoot 4 beams. And it's kind of cool, as you can see, I died there, so the level restarted. And we still have our 4 beams, they carried over. And if we press it, as you can see, we only have 1 beam now. Grab it, 4 beams. You got the buildings. As you can see, you're kind of invincible right there. So if I hit this building now, I die. As you can look at Darkseid, right? He shoots his beams, as well as he kind of goes up and down. Oh, I can't by building. But he kind of goes up and down. Now, the one problem that we had is he does die in 1 shot. We could not figure out how to do it, but like give him his own thing, take him out of that, and oh, well, there's Lex Luthor. Oh, he's back. So, oh, I made it to level 2. Oh, there is a level 2. Okay, so apparently we switched it up, and Lex Luthor is the boss for level 2. Okay. I kind of forgot about that. I'm gonna be honest. It was very nice and, you know, made me sleep more. So that's our game. Boss for level 1 is Darkseid. Boss for level 2 is him. So, yeah.